double ha? Pas runner! Basa tayo, basa.
Tayo lang. Layo lang yung bola.
Runner tayo, may runner ha.
yung panihin ko sa bola kanina. Umahabol ako.
Good morning to all our baseball fans here in Santo Niño Baseball Field and watching all over the Philippines. We are now on our second game for our week 3 of the first One United Men's Baseball Open. This is the game between Tanauan City and Manang B. Marikina. Batting now for Manang B is Jeff Rodriguez, the third baseman. Also a former member of the De La Salle University baseball team. On deck batter is Haruta Stanislao. Shout out to all our 68,000 viewers watching at home. This live streaming is brought to you by the Titans Digital Studios. Pitching for Tanauan City is Lord Aragon de Vera, also a member of the Philippine men's baseball team. Another swing and a miss and a strikeout. A record for Agon de Vera. Batting now is Haruta Stanislao, a product of the Little League program of Marikina City and a former member of the UST Growling Tigers. On deck batter is Gilbert Brian Clanza. Way outside and low for that pitch from Agon de Vera. And a foul ball, but caught by the left fielder. An easy catch for that second out. That is Mandy Castillo catching that one. Batting now is Gilbert Brian Clanza, second baseman. Swinging and a miss for that first pitch from Agon de Vera. On deck batter is Jake Kumlat. Another way outside pitch from Agon de Vera. Hit towards first base, bubbles, and Timothy Caldo had that unassisted play on first base. That's the end of the second inning. No, that's the half of that second inning. Shout out to all our viewers, 80,000 viewers from all over the Philippines. Shout out to Aaron Jesse Mongiat. Shout out to Nelson Landicho all the way from Tanauan City. Shout out to Mario Labadan III. Good swing and good bat from Lord Agon de Vera. Shout out to J.R. Morales. Shout out to Jemery Sakate. Go Dave Millanes. Shout out to Vincent Mendoza. Crying while watching from Jake Bispo of Tanauan City. And you are watching again the first One United Men's Open Baseball Championship. This is being held every Saturday and Sunday of the month until September. You can come here and witness it live on the field. This is free of admission. And you are very welcome to come here to witness all these great and spectacular players from all over the Philippines. The veterans, the retired athletes, and the younger ones. Batting now is jersey number 91, Joel Lavado. Joel Lavado, the catcher from Tanauan City. Shout out to JP Terwell from Manang B. Bugoy. First hit is foul ball from Joel Lavado. Miscalculated by the second baseman Gilbert Clanza and from the first baseman J3 Santiago. Pitching for Manang B. Marikina is a former member of the UP Fighting Maroons, Mick Herrera. And catching for Manang B. Marikina is a former member of the PUP baseball team, Dave Millanes. On first base is J3 Santiago. And on that third base is Jeff Rodriguez. An easy put out from the third baseman. And he was shocked. And on short is Haruta Stanislao. And on second is Gilbert Brian Calanza. Again, you are welcome to witness these games. This is located at Santo Niño Baseball Field here in Marikina City. You can drop by here to witness all this great men's and Philippine baseball. Batting now is Mandy Castillo, the left fielder. Great block from the home plate umpire, Mr. Bobby Estanislao. Calling on first base is Coach Joel Binarao. And on third base is Mr. Armorsolo Guevara. Great hit from Mandy Castillo. He is racing toward second. A standing double for the lead-off man, Mandy Castillo. And the speed of Victrix Castillo is not enough. An easy out from Haruta and Estanislao on first base. Mandy Castillo is still stuck on second. Batting now is the pitcher, Agon de Vera. And a great defense from the pitcher, Mick Herrera, jumping for that high hopper is Mick Herrera, former member of the UP baseball team.
Yun ang epekto ng pagka-jumping rope niya. Kasi nagja-jumping rope talaga.
This live streaming is brought to you by the Titans Digital Studios. And we would like to acknowledge our sponsors. We have the Titans Digital Studio as well, BM Power, we have the ABC Batting Cages, we have the Filipina Samurai Foundation, the PABA or the Philippine Amateur Baseball Association, and the PSC for allowing our national team to grace this tournament. And the One United Philippines Baseball and Softball Foundation for organization rather for staging this first men's One United Baseball Open.
Mamaya, masisipog yung papalo. Ako pupukol, ha?
And a great defensive play from the younger De Vera, Liam De Vera on short. Grabe naman yung bata ngayon. Liam is also one of the youngest players here in our Men's Open Baseball Championship. Batting now is si Runay. Still batting is the left fielder, Arvin Sirunay. Swing and a miss. Count now is 2-2 for Arvin Sirunay. Great cut from the batter. On deck batter is the first baseman, J3 Santiago. And a fly to shortstop, an easy catch, and calling it is Liam De Vera on shortstop. Batting now for Marikina Manang B is J3 Santiago, a former member of the UP Fighting Maroons. Swing and a miss for that first one. A great pitch, but not good enough to convince our umpire Bobby Stanislao. Count now is 1-1. Another swing and a miss from J3 Santiago. Count now is 1-2 strikes. Another way outside and low pitch from Lord Agon de Vera. Count is 2-2. Another foul ball for J3 Santiago. Still alive is J3 Santiago. Another foul ball. Let's see if this matchup can either produce a base hit or a strikeout. Count is still 2-2 for this at bat for Santiago, the first baseman. And the swing and a miss. And a strikeout record for Agon de Vera for this third inning. The score is still 4-0 and Tanauan is still up by 4 runs. Calling the attention of the owner or driver of this black car with the plate number of ABS 9681. Calling the attention of the driver or the owner of this black car, ABS 9681. May lalabas po. Salamat po. Again, we would like to acknowledge our sponsors, the ABC Batting Cage, BM Power, Filipina Samurai Foundation, and this game and live streaming is brought to you by the Titans Digital Studios. And we would also like to acknowledge the Marikina City LGU for allowing us to stage this first One United Men's Open Baseball Championship here in Marikina City. Games are held all the weekends of August and until September. Shout out to all of you who are watching. Shout out to George Tripit. Shout out watching from Zamboanga City. Shout out to Jim Rose Panya from Tagum City, Davao del Norte. Watching live from NYC is Japes Terwell. Watching from Yamava is Badong Maranan. And watching from home is Ville de Guzman. And shout out to his honey Joel Arcega is Gian Kate Marudo. Go honey Jew, bring the 5K home. And a lead-off hit from the youngster Liam De Vera, the shortstop. Liam De Vera is a 16-year-old athlete from Tanauan City Little League. Batting now is Dimapilis. And Dimapilis is out on first. And an easy put out by Gilbert Brian Clanza, the second baseman. Batting now is Timothy Caldo, the first baseman. Great corner pitch from Mick Herrera. For the third one is still on the base is Liam De Vera on second. No check swing for Timothy Caldo. Count now is 1-1. And an opposite field hit from Timothy Caldo. A single advancing Liam De Vera from second to third. Batting now is the right fielder Terrible. And another opposite field hit from Terrible, an RBI single, advancing Liam De Vera to home and advancing Dimapilis on first base, on second rather. Batting now is Julius Mondragon, the second baseman. In the middle of that home plate from Mick Herrera for that first one for Julius Mondragon. And another one in the middle from Julius Mondragon. An RBI single, advancing Timothy Caldo at home and Terrible on third. Batting now is Joel Lavado, the catcher. Swinging, goes to third. Got by the shortstop and a fielder's choice. Bring in Joel Lavado, safe at first. And holding up the runner on third is Haruta Estanislao, the shortstop. On second is still Julius Mondragon. Still batting is Mandy Castillo, the left fielder. What a curveball from Mick Herrera. On deck batter is my good friend Victrix Castillo. Baka may lomi naman tayo dyan. Same pitch, but the umpire is not convinced. Count now is 1-1. Calling it is the pitcher, Mick Herrera. And holding the runners. On first is Joel Abado still, and still runners on second and first. Batting now is Victrix Castillo, the center fielder. Another hit in the middle of that infield is from Victrix Castillo. A 2 RBI double for the former Adamson Soaring Falcon standout and a member of the Philippine men's baseball team, Victrix Castillo, bringing in 2 more runs for Tanauan. The score now is 8-0. Batting now is Agon de Vera. And a great stop by the catcher, Dave Millanes, preventing another run to score from that wild pitch from Mick Herrera. Still runners on second and third. Lavado on third, and on second is Castillo. Another infield hit. Haruta Estanislao getting the third out and first. Is stopping Tanauan City to score more runs for this third inning. Shout out to our viewers. Shout out to Pompey Pedracio. Shout out to Edward Landicho, the former catcher of Adamson, my good friend, my batchmate from Tanauan City. Shout out from my teammate from Ususan Taguig, Arvin Santos. Shout out to Timothy Caldo from Pompey Pedracio again. Shout out to Vince Terrible from your cousin Irene Terrible. Shout out to my good friend Joel Bautista watching from Taguig. And the next game after this one is against Team One United Philippines Baseball and KBA Stars. We are now on the top of our fourth inning, and the score now is 8-0. A little substitution, defensive changes for Tanauan City. Now playing first base, is Teddy Landicho. Pitching now is Lester Carandang. On short is still Agon de Vera. Is Agon de Vera. On second is Julius Mondragon. And on third is
Umuwi ka na. Wala, tama.
and on third base is still Jewel de Mapilis. Leadoff batter for Manang B. Marikina is Mick Herrera, a former member of the UP Fighting Maroons. On deck batter is Dave Milianes, the catcher. First pitch from Carandang is a nasty corner pitch. Framing it is Joel Lavado at home. Shout out to our 72,000 viewers. And a redemption swing from Mick Herrera, but Victrix Castillo is there, perfectly located in that center field where that liner goes. First out for Lester Carandang. Batting now is Dave Milianes. Batting now is the former member of the PUP baseball team, Dave Milianes. Swing and a miss for that first one. And a great hit in the middle of that infield. A base hit for Dave Milianes. Batting now is the right fielder, RJ Santos. Foul ball for the first one. And the fly towards the center field. Calling that one and chasing that one perfectly is Victrix Castillo. Grabe naman, sobrang bilis naman ng batang yun. Another put out from Victrix Castillo. Batting now is the third baseman, Jeff Rodriguez. On deck batter is Haruta Estanislao. Foul ball for the first swing for Jeff Rodriguez. And running and running, and he is called out. Challenging the arms of Joel Lavado is Dave Milianes, out on second. What a great throw from Joel Lavado.
For the eat, for the eat.
Ending that inning with a bang with that shotgun throw from Joel Lavado. Shout out from Joel Granados Atatado. Shout out from Christian Ciudadano watching from Bicol. Shout out to Andrea Flores from Ivy de la Calzada.
RJ, labas ka na? Ito na kay RJ.
And shout out to all of you who are watching there in Tanauan City, the farm of Philippine baseball.
Hello. Hello. Pucha. Kakainan na lang dito.
Shout out to Renzi May Mendoza Mercado. Nice one, Coach Joel. Shout out to Imo Sescar from Crispin Refuerzo. Shout out from Robin Daga. Shout out watching from Italy is Sir Nelson Landicho. Another one, shout out and watching from Italy is EJ Kagimbal. Go Vitek Castillo from your friend Bloody Aguia. Takbong Alfonso. Shout out to AR from Paul Arcega. And shout out to Vermac Navea from Cabuyao City from Butchoy, Mayahin. Good cut from Lester Carandang. Pitching now for Manang B. Marikina is Irvin Glenn Tuason. a former standout from the UST Growling Tigers. And catching now is Herrera. Another nasty pitch. Outside corner from Irvin Glenn Tuason. What a great fielding from Rich Cabael. And catching that one is Marlon Dagook on first base. Playing shortstop now is Jerome Florida. And on second is Sabeniano. Another sharp pitch from Glenn Tuason. Shout out to our next batter, another alumni from the UP Fighting Maroons, from your legendary teammate Darwin De La Calzada. Shout out to Coach Teddy Paul Landicho. Batting now is also a former member of the UP Fighting Maroons, Allen Mercado. Way outside, and the umpire is not convinced with that one, but a good framing by the catcher Herrera. Still alive is Mark Allen Mercado. Oh, almost hitting him. In a free base for Allen Mercado. Batting now for Tanauan City, one of the legendary product of Tanauan City Little League, and also coaching now the Tanauan City Little League, is Teddy Paul Landicho with that very quick at bat. And an easy catch by the shortstop Jerome Florida. Still on first is Mark Allen Mercado. Batting now is Tyron Malana, the right fielder. And he goes. Standing safe on second is Mark Allen Mercado. Batting now is his cousin Tyron Malana. Too high for that pitch. Count now is 1-1. Went away from the catcher. Mercado now safe on third. He's still calling the shots for Tanauan City. Is Max Mercado on third, and on first is Melvin Rosita. Another swing and a miss for that very sharp pitch from Glenn Tuason. Count now is 2-2. Wow! What a great cut from Tyron Malana, but it went outside. Another one. Another fly ball, and chasing that one is Arvin Sirunay. But the ball went outside the fence. Full count now for Mark Allen. Sorry, that's Tyron Malana batting. On third is Mark Allen Mercado. And on deck batter is Julius Cesar Mondragon. And chasing that one is Tyron Malana. And Irvin Glenn Tuason putting a record for his book for today's game. First strikeout for Irvin Glenn Tuason. Shout out to our good friends in the far away. Shout out to our good friend Marvin Malig and Paul Arcega watching. Shout out to Giancarlo Padua Conghe of Antipolo Voyagers. Shout out to Vien Francisco. Shout out to Renzi Mercado. Let's go, Coach Allen. Shout out to Jun Marjarao na hindi nagsasawa. Shout out to Robin Superio Daga, to all Tanauan players, and shout out to Rock Rio Ben Ingal from Butchoy, Mayahin. Still pitching for Tanauan City is Lester Calandang. Batting now for Marikina Manang Bees, my good friend and my teammate Rich Cabael, the third baseman. On deck batter is Jerome Florida. What a great hit from Rich Cabael. A single towards the right fielder, Tyron Malana. Shout out to my good friends from KBA Stars, Mr. KG Katayama. Batting now is Jerome Mark Florida, all the way from Dasmariñas, Cavite, and a former member of the RTU Blue Thunders. And a high fly towards the right fielder, and chasing that one is also Vite Castillo. Grabe naman yung batang yon. Takbong Alfonso from Bloody Eguia. Batting now is Sabiniano. We are now on the top of our 5th inning and the score is 8-0. Challenging the catcher is Rich Cabael on first, but no attempt, just challenging him. You have seen Joel Lavado's arm earlier for that shotgun throw on second. A nasty curveball from Lester Carandang for that second strike. Sabiniano is still alive. Let's see if he can deliver another hit for Manang B. Marikina. And a foul ball from Sabiniano. On deck batter is Jake Kumlat. High and inside from Lester Carandang. Count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes. And swinging away for that nasty pitch from Lester Carandang is Sabiniano. Second out for this inning. And the second strikeout for Lester Carandang. Batting now is Jake Kumlat. Ooh! 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 And a hot grounder in the middle from the veteran Jake Kumlat, advancing Rich Cabael on second. Batting now is another veteran, Arvin Sirunay. from Lester Karangdang, making his presence at the mound. Ooh, another one. A high and inside pitch for Arvin Serunay. Sabi ng mga teammate mo, magpatama ka na daw. Di naman daw yan masakit. Massage lang, massage. Chasing that one, but not running is... On second is Rich Cabael. Count now is balls 2, strike 1 up.
Chabi lang, chabi.
And a put out from Lester Karandang, preventing further damage from Manang B. Marikina for the third out. We are now at the bottom of our 5th inning, I guess. I would like to acknowledge our sponsors, the ABC Batting Cages, BM Power, Filipina Samurai Foundation. This live streaming is brought to you by the Titans Digital Studio. And we would also like to acknowledge the Marikina City LGU for allowing us to stage this tournament here in Santo Niño Baseball Field in Marikina City. Also, we would like to acknowledge the Philippine Amateur Baseball Association, or the PABA, and the Philippine Sports Commission because they allowed the members of our Philippine men's baseball team to grace and participate in this tournament. Shout out to Mr. William Yumol. Shout out to Erich Gamboa. Shout out to Kate Angel na Tanauan Gamboa, and shout out to Sarge Pado Mendoza. Sa mga nagpapa-shoutout po, your shoutout is good but I need food. Joke lang po. Enjoy watching and please do share, like, and subscribe to One United Philippines Men's Baseball and Softball YouTube page. Lahat po ng games ay may replays doon. Pwede nyo pong panoorin. Batting now is Julius Cesar Mondragon, the second baseman. And on deck is Joel Lavado, the catcher. Shout out to the lovers on the bleachers, Derek and Kat. Sana all may kadate sa bleachers. Calling the owner of this black car, ABS 9681. Again, calling the owner of this car, ABS 9681. Meron pong lalabas. Salamat po. Chasing that pitch is Julius Mondragon, and another strikeout for Irvin Glenn Tuason for this game. Walang kupas si Mr. Glenn Tuason, making his presence felt on the mound. A former member of our UST Growling Tigers. Batting now is the catcher. The catcher with a shotgun arm, Mr. Joel Lavado. We are now in the bottom of our fifth inning. And Tanauan City is still up by 8 runs. And a hard grounder towards Rich Cabael. An erratic throw and an erratic throw towards first base, giving Joel Labado an easy double, a standing double for his at bat. Batting now is Hanson Landicho. Oh! That's a foul ball for Landicho, hitting the knob of his bat even though he moves away from it. The pitch from Glenn Wasson went inside and it's too late for Hanson Landicho to move away, hitting the knob of his bat. Chasing that one and pushing that on the opposite field. And an RBI single for Hanson Landicho, converting it into a double. What an aggressive base running for Landicho. Batting now is Victrix Castillo, the center fielder. Still batting is Victrix Castillo. And a nasty pitch from Glenn Tuason. And moving away from that plate is Victrix Castillo. Acknowledging my good friend from KBA Stars, Mr. KG Katayama. And another opposite field hit towards the right field, and it went off from his glove. And a converted single to double hit from Victrix Castillo. Grabe naman yung base running na yon. From Coach Vladi Igi again, yan daw po yung tinatawag na takbong Alfonso for Victrix Castillo. Batting now is the shortstop, Agon De Vera. Great pitch from Glenn Tuason, down in the middle of the plate. Let's see if Agon de Vera can convert this two-base situation for a run, and a bunt attempt but not successful.
Agad, kumpiyansa lang. Kumpiyansa, tiwala sa sarili mo. Banat lang, sir!
Still alive. At home plate is Agon de Vera. A high and inside pitch from Glenn Tuason. Not convinced on home plate is Mr. Bobby Stanislao. Count is 1-2. On deck batter is the pitcher Lester Carandang. And down in the middle, another record for Irvin Glenn Tuason. Third strikeout for this game, retiring Lord Agon de Vera with a strikeout looking. Batting now is the pitcher Lester Carandang.
Basta maganda, maganda lang ha.
An inside pitch from Glenn Tuason. And a free base for Lester Carandang, now safe on first. A full base situation for Mark Allen Mercado, a former member of the UP Fighting Maroons and a product of the Tanauan City Little League program. Inside and way inside. Coffee na naman. Hello? 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 Way outside and low from Glenn Tuazon. We would like to acknowledge Coach Edward Tuazon. Baka naman. And that is not convincing the umpire to be called a strike. Full count for Allen Mercado. Is still alive. Let's see if Glenn Tuazon can add up another one for his record book, or can Allen Mercado convert another run, add up another run for Tanauan City. And swing and a miss. And another strikeout for Irvin Glenn Tuazon. Shout out to our 60,000 viewers. Shout out again to my good friend Pado Mendoza from the Philippine Air Force watching live in Lipa. Shout out to Ken Christopher Terwell Cabigon. And shout out to Chessy Luna. Go Irvin Glenn Tuazon.
Sorry, bro. Hindi ka na. Ayun na. Picture sana.
Batting now is Marlon Dagoc, the first batter. Two count for Lester Carandang for the batter Marlon Dagoc. And the hopper to Agon de Vera just in time to get the out on first. Stretching that one is Teddy Paul Landicho on first. count now is 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 2 strike rather. And chasing that one on a bunt attempt is Sabiniano. Another strikeout for Lester Carandang. And a great play on first for the third out.
Sila napapalo, paano tayo i-score? Ano na pong order nung... Ano po yung last batter namin? Anong order? Number... Speaker? Sige, pahinga ka muna dyan, Mel. Hindi mo nakatapak, stretch.
Batting now is Teddy Paul Landicho. Uy! Shout out to Ma'am April Ranario watching from Tanauan City and Ma'am Apple Landicho watching at home all the way from Altura, Tanauan City. And an opposite field hit from Teddy Landicho.
O sige.
And another hit towards the right field and an easy catch by Sabiniano on right field. Batting now is Commissioner Max Andrew Mercado all the way from the Tanauan City Sports Development Office. Safe at first is Teddy Landicho. And another ball from Marlon Dagoc, the new pitcher for Manang B. Glenn Tuason is now on second. A high pitch. Gonna miss. Commissioner Max. of 6th inning. The score is 10-0. What another great win. A very dominant win for Tanauan City.
Talaga namin umuwi ng maaga eh. Tanghalian na kami. Doon na kami. Bart! Kung alam namin malayo pa yung biyahe nyo eh. Kahit pala hinabol yun, talo rin tayo eh. Ito na sila kung ba? Yun na. Pakita na yun.